Was the moon landing an elaborate fabrication? Well, after considerable research, I think I've found the answer. The way studio lights worked in the late 60s were unable to replicate the way sunlight causes shadows on the moon, meaning it had to have been real. Or was it? Of many conspiracy theories throughout history, few have been more elaborate, more widespread, and more well-informed than the Titanic switch theory. For those who don't know, the RMS Titanic was the second ship in the Olympic class, a class also consisting of her younger sister, the Britannic, and older sister, the Olympic. The RMS Olympic had her maiden voyage in June of 1911 and was by far the largest ship in the world at that point. Her maiden voyage was very smooth and very easy, all the way to her arrival in New York. However, upon arriving in New York, the tugboat LL Hollenbach was sucked into Olympic and scraped her hull down a considerable length of the ship. It was disappointing and a scar on the young liner. Olympic continued her career smoothly until the English warship the HMS Hawke accidentally pierced her side. This was considerable damage, and she had to cancel her next voyage. These damages were not without consequence, and the White Star Line knew how expensive it could be to fix them. To add insult to injury, the White Star Line lost the HMS Hawke court case, and thus had to pay for damages out of pocket without help from insurance. Also in the works around this time was the new RMS Titanic, which just had to postpone her main voyage from March to April due to Olympic's accident. Now here's the deal. Titanic is new and improved, but to the people, the Olympic is reliable and well-liked. Her nickname literally was Old Reliable. White Star has two near-identical ships. One needs expensive repairs and is sitting in the shipyard losing money, and the other is brand new and has great potential for the line. Would it have been possible for White Star Line to sink the Olympic while posing her as Titanic for the insurance money, also in the process dodging the cost of repairs? I mean, White Star Line was just purchased a few years earlier under JP Morgan's conglomerate International Mercantile Marine Company, and money wasn't a huge issue anymore. Why not sink her? Not only that, but John Astor, Isidor Straus, and Benjamin Guggenheim were all going to be on board for her maiden voyage. Three powerful men in America who opposed the creation of the Federal Reserve, an agency JP Morgan supported the creation of adamantly. Kill them off and maybe JP Morgan will get his way. Wouldn't the switch theory also explain the actions of Bruce Ismay, owner of the White Star Line, while the ship was sinking? Alleged reports say instead of helping passengers like he should have been, he hopped on in a lifeboat and tried to flee ASAP. It's even in the movie. Another piece of evidence was a video floating around a few years ago showing the wreck of Titanic's nameplate clearly depicting the letter O, like the name Titanic was hastily painted over Olympic. Do you see the writing on the wall, folks? Literally in this case. I think we all know what's going on here, but maybe it's just me. Thanks for watching. Oh, nope. Alright, firstly, the damage done to Olympic as a result of the Hollenbach collision was some chipped paint at best. And the damage by the Hawke was only just enough to cancel her next voyage. It was repaired in weeks. Secondly, although they were expensive fixes, White Star Line knew how profitable the Olympic would be, even on her maiden voyage, and it was definitely worth it just to get them done. These were just the natural byproducts of a new, enormous, unwieldy ship. Also, Olympic was seen as reliable by the public, but she wouldn't gain the nickname Old Reliable until World War I, when the people of Halifax gave her the nickname because of how many trips she made as a troop ship to the city. And sure, White Star was owned by the IMMC and JP Morgan, but the Titanic was underinsured by $2.5 million, a modern equivalent of $71.6 million. That's enough money to buy 35,000 hot tubs. It was enough to put White Star Line in hot water for a few years. And those three men who opposed the creation of the Federal Reserve? Yeah, they definitely opposed it, but there were a lot more people with more of a say than them. Now as for Bruce Ismay, the so-called coward of the disaster, we don't fully know what happened that night, but what we do know is the press vilified him for the rest of his life, ruining his reputation. Lastly, that video of Titanic with the O on it was a total fabrication. Yeah, so, the Titanic switch theory is hot garbage, and it's a shame that it's so popular. The Titanic story has been told many, many times, and people just seem to want to shake it up a little bit. And in the process, blame innocent businessmen for killing over 1,000 people. People just love a good story. So what did we learn? Do not trust online conspiracy theories unless they involve the Freemasons, because I guarantee you all of those are true.